There we go. I've already done that arm. Huh. Let's not spill this today. I got a tight SI joint right now. Come on, Cameron, don't be bad today. Ow. What did I kick? Oh, kicked my squat back twice. The second one hurt. Can only blame myself. Cuphead. Let's get this more in the corner. All right. Still warming up. Once it gets too hot, I'm taking off the shirt. Already getting there quick. Even though this shirt breathes better than basically any shirt I have is very thin. Also nice and loose. All right. I don't have any weight set up, so I'm gonna start with something light. Get my triceps going. I wonder if the music is maybe too loud. My last workout stream, the most interesting part of my workout got muted because the computer was actually picking up the audio from my computer. So I'll try to lower this, and I think this should be good. If you guys can, I'll split the difference. There. All right. I want to do a chest day today, but my SI joint is a little stuck. Push myself a little bit too hard this weekend. What is it, Tuesday? I don't even, yeah, it's Tuesday. And haven't recovered yet. Ooh. This isn't quite cranberry juice. It's called cranberry cocktail. Tastes like cranberry juice, but instead of being like 120 calories per cup, it's only 10. So it's satiating my sweet tooth right now. Woo! So I'm probably going to do overhead presses, bench press, lat pullovers. I might spend a significant portion doing band work or shoulder exercises because I suspect I'm going to struggle to really stabilize my sacrum. All right. So I have a tenuous plan today at best. but I'll throw in a decent amount of compound lift. Feeling already a nice burn in my triceps. So I think I'm gonna get myself set up for military press to start. Well, not really start because I've already been going for 11 minutes, but 5 of that was warm up and stretching. I wonder if I would like to have this light on here, but I've been experiencing a hard time for my autofocus on my camera, on my webcam, with it on. So maybe I will try to not go on top of my cord. I'll try to just angle it there. And I'll get it just off camera and see if this ends the world. Oh, I think I had too much of that cranberry cocktail. I watered down with water. It's a little bit thick. All right. Got my squat rack, which I'll use to whoa, this isn't on. Why is that like that? Now it's barely on. All better. I cleaned up my weights a little bit with man, this is not good. Why is this thing so loose? Oh. Oh well. Been a long day at work. It's going to be even longer the next 2 days. Might end up taking Wednesday, Thursday off from working out, which is why I figured I'd definitely throw in a workout today, even after a long work day. Just checking something. All right. Echelon, how's it going? I'm wearing a shirt today, but that's only going to last until I get too hot. This shirt here breathes better than any other shirt I own. Plus, it's like Cuphead and Mugman, right? Oh, thank you. So I have a tenuous plan today at best, but I got some cranberry cocktail to get me through. Whoa, definitely don't want to drop this on my carpet. It's like 10 calories per cup. Can't tell the difference between it and cranberry juice. Well, I've been buying these things sparingly. Um, Mostly, I would like if I'm shopping and I see it, I buy it, and so I might have only had like one a month, and it might be gone in one day, maybe two. But I ended up buying like six of the bloody things. It really helps keep down the hunger when you start to get cravings. All right, next set. You're paranoid that everything is corrosive to teeth. Yeah, I wish I was kinder on my teeth when I was younger. But interesting enough, you don't really want to brush your teeth right after you have something corrosive because you spend some time like wiping that acid around in your mouth. But yeah, aside from aside from maybe four of these in like the last couple of months, I haven't had any sugar drinks at all. Yeah, I haven't had any like it's been years since I've had pop. I've had a couple of diet pops when doing long road trips. Something where I've worked like 12 hours and then I have to drive 4 hours to get back to the city, and I'm sitting there just tired, drinking a drinking a diet Pepsi. Every time I take a sip, it's like a hit, like woo, right? Like a Ric Flair just picked me up, and then I started to like, oh my god, I'm tired again. Drinking another woo, yeah, it's just. And then when you're in the car, right, it just echoes and just. Ice cream mochi. Oh, yeah. Question though, do you have? Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but like, do you actually know how many calories those things are? Because like, if that's like stressful to like actually like, okay, I'm just gonna this, I like this, I'm gonna have it anyways. I'm not, I'll be healthy for the rest of my life, but I'm having my ice cream. Don't take it away from me. That's fine as well. Sometimes you need a little regular snack to be satisfied. Well, if you focus on calories, then you can work in more snacks into your diet. Give yourself like a calorie tax that you're allowed in whatever you want. And it could be like a day, it could be a week. So like if on average you want 200 calories of junk food a day, and you know that this is 200 calories, like that's, you can still have like quite a healthy diet off that. And alternatively, you could have like, okay, so I'm not, 200 calories a day is a lot. Maybe you want average like a 100 calories a day, but 100 calories isn't enough to satiate you. But you have 200 calories every second day, or 400 calories every 4 days. I have not. I haven't. I don't think I've ever eaten at a Starbucks. I can't stand the taste of coffee and coffee related things, so I don't spend a lot of time at those places. I remember we have Tim Hortons here, and when I was in university, there was a Tim Hortons in the university that was in the engineering building that I would walk past. I'd get a bagel, but I can't stand the taste of Moki. I don't know. My ignorance is showing. I made a phone call today where I had to, like, it was a business phone call, and I just got the job and I had to set it up, and I mispronounced the name of the town I had to go to, and so I'm like, okay, so I'm going here at this town. Is there anything? And meanwhile, the guy's like, what did you say? I'm like, this town, and he's like, that, no, it's you say it like this. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm rather than a weeble. I'm old. I'm an old man. I barely know what a weebo is. Not to say that I'm not one, but I'm going to add some weight. I'm just going to add on 20 pounds, and then I'm going to add on 25 pounds. But with these small pens on, maybe I should add on my safety threads. My girlfriend. Oh yeah, so it's one of those. No, my girlfriend is Japanese. Sorry, my girlfriend was Japanese. My ex-girlfriend is Japanese. And interesting enough, I could have been the president of the anime club at my university. And what happened is, my first year of university, I'm walking down the halls and I hear Smash Brothers Melee playing. And so I'm walking down the hall, I turn, the anime room. And then in the anime room, they just played Smash Brothers non-stop, like all day. And so I would take my classes, and then in between classes, I'd have an hour break here and there. I'd go play Smash Brothers. And I spent years in the anime room without ever watching any anime. And so even when I was dating my Japanese girlfriend, never watched any anime. And then one day it was late, it was like 9 p.m., and somebody turned on Full Metal Alchemist, so the very first episode. And the next thing I know, in like 2 days, I binge watched the whole thing. And then that was the start of my anime days. So I would multitask. I would be playing RuneScape on my computer while I'm watching anime and while I'm chatting to somebody in like MSN Messenger. And so I'd have like 3 tabs open on my screen, and I'd be watching anime with subtitles all the time, of course. I'm a speed reader. And for years, that's what I did every night. I would study and go to school during the day, play some Smash Brothers in between classes when I didn't have homework, and then I would get home, and my last 2 hours of the night were anime and RuneScape. And damned if I didn't watch almost every anime out there before like 2012, before I started getting into manga. And once I got into manga fit me better because I can scroll through manga as fast as I can scroll. I can read it, and I can absorb the information of the pictures I'm seeing, and it's almost just like I'm watching the anime, where the pictures are like in my imagination. I'm just seeing the moving pictures. Well, there's a lot of things I like. Sushi, right? My ex was big on sushi. I absolutely hated sushi. Um, like it was just, and then you get like that the seaweed around it. I'm allergic to fish, so I'm allergic to fish. So right there, everywhere I go that's Japanese, I gotta ask, is there fish in this? Right? That's just a hassle. Next set. Get my pants on straight. Hey there. I'll see who that is after the set. So this is 75, 85, 95 pounds. My SI joint is a little bit stuck right now. I've been training too hard and lifting a little bit heavy. I got a massage on Saturday, and so I got my glutes were really tight. I didn't know how tight they were until the massage therapist didn't necessarily tell me as opposed to show me. And that day, I finished my day, so I got my massage, an hour and a half massage, went for a 2-hour walk, took a break, did some, can't remember what I did. I think I did some cooking. Then I went for a 2-hour workout where I was deadlifting 405 pounds. And then the day after, I was doing a leg day. So it's Tuesday. I'm still not recovered. Oh, yeah. 8 slopes. Thank you. How are you doing this fine night? I'm 5'11", 190 pounds. My back is getting wider every week. Oh. This is the most comfortable shirt I have. I'm not cutting. I'm just staying lean. I'm eating as much as I want. I'm just focusing on having low calorie, high filling foods. And I like to eat. I like to eat until I'm full. I've I've done cutting. Like I've done extreme cutting. I've done like we're like to the point where like the dehydration, right, to get the muscles or to get the skin to stick to the muscle a little bit better. And I've done all that suffering. I've done light cutting. I've done heavy cutting. I've done light bulking, heavy bulking. And right now I'm just trying to build muscle while I stay lean. And it's working for me. I feel myself getting stronger. Uh, I have 6 that you can see, but I have another 2 that are buried below fat. So you've propositioned me here, all. Yeah, so I got 6 you can see, another 2 that are buried beneath fat, and these 2 need a lot more work to actually pop. So I actually have to actively train my abs basically every day if I even want to see these 2 while I'm lean. Hi Faye, how's it going? You copy right as I took the shirt off. It was hot anyways. I got 2 fans on me. Never enough. Yeah. You can't do much about, say, like your bicep peak or like the separation of your abs. But whatever body and whatever genetics you have, you can always improve yourself. And then some people actually have the capacity to have like really nice abs, but they find it really hard to flex them in the right way. Like some people are just like when they flex, their mind muscle connection does the opposite of what they want, and it almost I had it explained to me by somebody who one day had a eureka moment where suddenly he could flex his abs, and I'm trying. I don't want to misquote it, but something like pushing down and out, I don't know. You can always increase your size. It's just most people don't understand how big they can actually get, or how muscular, or how ripped, because it takes a year of efficient, consistent, hard training to get maybe about 40% of the way there. And it's not linear. So every year, it's like parabola. Like if you're being as efficient as possible, your progress is going to slow until about 4 years. If you like, it takes 4 years of really hard, consistent training where you're getting your hypertrophy, you're getting your volume, and you're getting your rest. And the better you do on each of those, as well as your sleep and your diet, the more results you're going to get. But after 4 years, if you train consistently harder over time, you're only going to be able to expect about 1 pound of lean muscle mass a year. For me, I just Flex, I just squeeze the muscles I feel. Like I focus a lot on mind muscle connection. So if I'm doing a pull up, I want to feel all my muscles engaged. I want to feel the flex and the squeeze. But alternatively, when I want to learn how to muscle up, you learn how to start to muscle up by learning how to kip and do like a little baby muscle up where you get momentum to get yourself up there. But I had the hardest part of the muscle up for me was learning how to kip because I couldn't like let go of my muscles and kip. Everything was so used to being fully contracted, feeling the muscle, squeezing the muscle, right? And next set, but I'm gonna do this. This is still 95 pounds. Then I'll take off 20 pounds, add on 50 pounds. So I'll put myself at 125. I'm doing good. It's this week is going to be quite difficult. Wednesday, Thursday, I will be out of town. I will be meeting. Like it's going to be funny. I'm going to meet with RM representatives. I'm going to be like suit and tie. Going to meet with them. There's money on the line. These big projects, and then as soon as we get done the business, they're going to leave. I'm going to take off my dress clothes, put on some work clothes, and I'm going to be drilling holes down to 10 feet or bedrock, whichever is first, by hand, so I can collect soil samples in order to for a couple of things. But I'll also be setting up a base station and going around surveying. So I'm like an all-in-one guy for the next couple of days. As well as I gotta get the hip leaders on. I gotta walk into the lake and try to take some cross sections. So it's gonna be tiring, especially since my SI joint is all seized up. So today yesterday I didn't push myself. Today I'm not gonna push myself. At least with where my SI joint is concerned, I've changed my workout plan. But I think I'll be all right. If I feel like I'm not up to it, I'll just stop whatever I'm doing, try something else. I should have warmed up my wrists. A little bit too easy. Oh, my back. That's exactly what I should have do. Catch. All right, let's set up for my next set. I'm really starting to get hot. Oh. All right, I'm going to increase the volume on this fan right here. Get some more wind in here. Ay caramba, it's hot. Yeah, so I got a lot of positive feedback from playing Stardew Valley. That's always nice. I got a lot of people who wanted to join me, but I don't know how I'm going to find the time to participate with everybody. I'm going to see if putting this thing on actually makes any difference. Maybe if I just don't feel the heat on my skin and keep my own body temperature in, maybe that'll even be better. At the very least, I think maybe this shirt will help my body to keep my heat in and not warm up my room so fast. Your messages. It's not. I thought I answered. I thought I answered it right. I said like the bicep peak is like a lot of it's genetics, but for size wise, you can always increase it. It's just you might like where you might go wrong is if you start comparing yourself to other people and the gains that they're making, where like a lot of them might not even be natural. And then as for the flexing, I described what somebody had, like flexing abs, I described how someone mentioned to me. As for myself, I work a lot on mind muscle connection and squeezing the muscles and learning how to actually flex and actually feel the flex on not just like isolation lifts, right? Like it's easy to feel your tricep, but if you're doing compound lift, get your stabilizers in. I didn't get that. No, I didn't get anything about my back as well as my legs are pretty strong right now, but they're not shaped the way I like them per se. Because 2018 tore my glute, hurt my back, and I couldn't train legs for 2 years, and my legs just shriveled up. I lost my ass. I had to buy new pants. I looked in the mirror one day and just flat, and that was depressing because as long as I've been training, I've had a really nice ass, and doing the partner dance, you learn how to shake it. But took a side profile, flat. It's like, oh. But since July 11th, I've been doing 2 leg days a week, and I'm starting to grow some size. My quads are starting to get shaped a little bit nicer. And if I want to, I can always lean out a little bit more. If I start to lean out more, the weight's gonna come out of my legs. A little like the fat's gonna come out of my legs, and the muscles will pop out more. I'm lucky in my genetics in that a lot of my fat has a predisposition to go to my legs. Um, yeah, no, I didn't get any of those messages. Yeah, it's possible you understand where the muscles are and you train them, they become more shapely as the muscles get fuller. It's just it takes time, especially calves, right? Like you people have and like one thing is a lot of like how your legs look isn't just how much muscle you have, it's also how much fat you have in your legs. And when you look at the people that are like 5% body fat, that and you can see like the striations in their ass. At the same time, it's that like you can see the muscle in their ass, but also their ass also gets very flat. At 5% body fat, your ass flattens out because the, the the fat part of it gives it the shapely look. Um, but that's not to say that your quads won't make up for it. And then there's different portions of a leg. Like if you know what, like if you're doing different variations, doing the compound lifts, um, and I've done it all before. I used to have I used to my goal used to be a back with legs. I want to be a back with legs. I just wanted to be like I don't care about my head. I don't care about my arms. I just want like the wide V. I want to walk around with my arms bouncing off my arms bouncing off my lats, and I just want legs that pop out. And triceps are a weak point on a lot of people. And then even then, in the wrong lighting and the wrong angle, um, legs can look quite small when they're actually not. So, like when you take a picture of somebody and you see them, they got a nice big upper body and small legs, often that's just an optical illusion from the camera. But when it comes to triceps, even if you're not genetically blessed with amazing triceps, or calves, when it comes to calves, even if you're not blessed with amazing calves, you can always increase their size with hypertrophy and volume over time. It's just you got to want it because calves are something that takes a lot of work for a small amount of growth. So it's like okay, so you're like regularly like, like consistently getting that burn in your calf to really make them pop out. At the same time, a lot of people who are heavier will have bigger calves because they're constantly training their calf by moving their own mass. And so every activity that they do, they're getting a little bit more of a calf workout. Plus, when you have muscle underneath fat, and if you don't have too much fat, it can pop out the like make them just have more diameter to them. Thank you. I like dancing. I like partner dancing. That's my I'm gonna do my next set. I think I was one step ahead of you there. Like I'm not, yeah, I don't have the right angle. I don't know what this song is, but I like it. It's Slow Dance by Natalie and Rob G. Well, it's also a little bit hard to see the size. Um, mine are more proportioned. Like my calves are probably bigger than they look on camera, but it's a little bit hard to tell with the camera. It's like for myself, I'm just like I work on my proportions, It's just my legs have all got like everything my legs have work to do. But I'm not. That's a good thing. That means I got goals. I got things I can achieve. But next step, I sort of took too long on this break here. 125 pounds. I don't have any fans on me right now. I can barely breathe. Yeah, so in partner dancing, which is what I got into, aerials are a niche section of it. And the aerials are really cool where you're like spinning somebody all around your body, they're going behind your head and like between the legs and you're grabbing and spinning with one arm. But when you see it, it's 50% the guy, 50% the girl. So there's a lot of technique. There's a lot of very important things that go on to keep both people safe and to make the lift actually easy. So you really have a guy like myself who's got a lot of muscle who has a woman in the air because often those muscles get in the way. When I first started dancing, I was a lot bigger than I was now, and I had a really hard time not moving like this, as well as you want to be sort of limber, and it's often speed that gets the thing done. But I started partner dancing, I started watching videos, I didn't know any of this. What I did is I went and I grabbed like a punching bag, like a heavy bag, and I'm grabbing it and I'm throwing it in the air as if it's a person. And I'm trying all this stuff, and I had a lot of fun, but it was completely useless. And even that is because like this heavy bag, I can grab it, I can squeeze the crap out of it. You can't do that to a person. Like a person, you got to put the hands on the right place, put them on their frame. If you try to grab a girl by her waist and pick her up, you're going to turn her into toothpaste unless she's very light and has a really strong core. For my moves, I just listen to the music and try to do what the music tells me to do. And I haven't actually gone out and these are solo moves to learn. Like I know they're out there and I've seen other people do them, but mostly what I do is an imitation. Like I have like when I'm dancing and I've got a certain mood, mostly I'm trying, like sometimes I might completely exaggerate, but it's more what I want to express, and that's how it comes out. And there's some songs that are just like, they're just upwards. And over-expression works really well in partner dancing. And when I say partner dancing, I mean leading and following. So I got my hands on the follow's hands, holding her hands, one hand on her hand, the other hand behind her back, one arm just around her back, leading something, or chest to chest. Or it doesn't have to be that, it can be back to back. It can be forehead to forehead. I've led entire dances forehead to forehead. You can like even turn somebody if you want to. And you can focus on walking around, maintaining connection on your foreheads. It doesn't even have to be. It can be verbal communication. So I'm leading, and I'm like get over here with my head. I'm like, hey, look, I'll like open up. And before I'll lead, I'll be like, present my hand. Like if you want somebody to like, you go up to somebody to dance. How do I grab her hand? Ask, and then they put like it's. You do this, somebody's going to grab your hand. And then they're like, oh, okay, and then we're ready to go. And you can like take shape. So if I take shape, like the follow would mirror. And you can do things like just match each other's arms. So like our arms on each other, and we're I can take her arm, but when back to nonverbal communication, I can push the follow backwards by using my own body, just by walking towards her. Like get big, walk, and they're naturally going to back up. At the same time, if I go forward and also I run backwards, it doesn't give the follow any time to react. You want the follow wants to be reactionary, but you also want to lead. So if I come forward, I will pre-lead. Okay, look, I'm starting to come back now. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Okay, now we're coming back. Now we're coming back. I'm stopping. And before I stop, I slow down to stop, and then start to come forward, and then now I'm going forward. And so a lot of lead is not just in the hands. It's not just in like the openings. It's like I'll use my face. I'll like my eyes, like everything I can, and doing so, I'm able to do what you would expect of choreographed dancers without any of the choreography, because it's a conversation, and you start off, you learn the moves, and the moves are mostly how to lead and how to follow the footwork, how to have the connection between us. But another part of the moves which I've never been interested in is like the solo moves where you're doing in between the leading. So the follow walks past me. If I just you just do something simple with your arm, or or even with your feet. There's a lot of footwork that you can do that's not letter followed, but they are standard moves and different styles of dances that you can throw in. I've never taken the time to really learn those that well, because that's not where my interest lies. My interest lies in the communication, in the connection, in the leading and following. But even then, I will still try things. So I learned how to dance just by trying things and making a fool of myself. So it's like, yeah, it's like and sometimes it doesn't look that good. And then maybe I'll try to glance myself in the mirror one time. Like, okay, that didn't look the way I thought it would. I'm just like a little monkey. So, okay, so I'll think about it. Like, okay, I want, this is like in my mind, I want to look a certain way. And I want my follower to look a certain way. And I will try to get that look by just imitating my imagination. It doesn't always go very well. But yeah. Yeah, my legs are somewhat proportional there. I want to see like the ball of the calf, just like my legs are more just like trunks now, without being shaped. Um, I don't necessarily do bodybuilding, but that's what bodybuilding is about. It's about getting like a full body package, uh, as opposed to like, okay, I just want to push heavy things, and you do that, you're gonna get strong, your body's gonna develop a certain way. I focus a lot on posture, right? Keep the like pulling up through your spine, like almost as if someone's grabbing your head and pulling you, keeping your the shoulders back, not letting them round. And I focus a lot on my exercises to put my body in the right posture, because often people's posture fail because the muscles overpower the counteracting muscles, and it'll actually pull your shoulders forward. So if you're doing a lot of like internal rotation with your shoulders, a lot of exercises that are internally rotating the shoulders, those muscles will develop and pull your frame basically into constant internal rotation. Your body also has to know it has to open up, and to do that, you need to do pulling exercises. Pulling exercises are what's going to cause external rotation, as well as develop the muscles that counteract the muscles that cause internal rotation. Well, I mean trunks, as in just like they're not like, you know how you like you think like a woman, the hourglass figure, right? Like curvy women, right? Not as opposed to just, but yeah, they they're as hard as a rock. I love it. It feels weird though, because it took some getting used to. But next set, oh, I don't have a. Yeah, I sometimes I sometimes overtrain my back. So I'm perpetually on the zone of overtraining my back. Because what I try to do is I try to train really hard, and then as soon as I recover, I try to train again. And sometimes that builds up over time. Um, and every so often, I'll do a challenge just because I want to, right? Like being able to do one arm pull-ups. That's just something I want to do. So I learned how to, I built up the strength to do them. But it's like, do I need to? Like, is there really a purpose besides just a pat in the back? Not really. Um, I like doing it like, I will do a pull-up challenge where my birthday in July, my birthday present to myself was 400 pull-ups. I did 400 pull-ups after like 45 minutes of calisthenics, and I was strict everyone. I did two different variations of the hand grips on the pull-ups, and the trick is to get a lot of volume in. You never go to failure. If you start going till you start building up lactic acid, then you've gone too far, and then every set from then on is going to suffer. So I could do like 30 plus pull-ups at once. I would just do 10. Do 10 pull-ups, get down. Once I started to feel that 10 was getting a little bit tougher, that actually didn't happen. But if I wanted to keep going, once that happened, I would maybe do like 5 instead. Maybe take a little bit longer breaks. But what hit me first was actually exhaustion. So at 370, exhaustion kicked in, and it wasn't that my muscles were failing. It was just my entire body was crashing. And the next day, it wasn't my back that was sore. It was my forearms that were cramping up. So the next day, or even that night, I couldn't wash my hair. I was trying to wash my hair. Every time I did this, my forearms would cramp. But that's just something I just like to do. Yeah, it feels like this actually feels like bone, and it's all muscle. This is feels like bone. But then when it's relaxed, muscle when it's relaxed has consistency very similar to fat. It's like the same with my chest. Like I got, if I flex it, and for myself, I've got good chest genetics that I find it easy to put in a lot of volume. And being able to put in a lot of volume very easy, that means that I'm able to really grow my chest without feeling like it's really hard to do. And it's just because and I'll be tender, I'll be sore after, like just a touch of oh my god, that's so sore to touch. But if I don't touch it, I forget about it. And in the meantime, I just lose track. I'm doing flies, doing heavy flies, and next set. I should have warmed up my wrist before I started. I think this is going to be my last one of these. Okay. I'm not going to put it back. I'm just going to try not to. Oh. I have a bench here, so I couldn't put it down flat. Well, my triceps are something I want. I could care less really about my biceps. My biceps are almost entirely from pulling exercises. But my triceps, I used to have like really nice triceps. Um, and that's because I would train my triceps at the end of every workout every day. And I trained until I just got that burn. And I got the course, like the more effort I put in, the more results I got. And what happened is I just saw somebody else walking down the street who had amazing triceps. And I said to myself, I want that. And so I put in the work to get them. And a lot of the triceps I have now are basically the fruit of work that I've already put in. But even now, they're not as shaped as they have been, and that's partly because I've been switching up my workouts. I've been doing more compound lifts, less tricep isolation exercises, and that's just because of not having access to a gym for a long time, being in lockdown. And for my triceps at home, all I'm really doing is, besides like overhead pressing, and I'm doing my chair dips. Well, the thing is, you have to squeeze them to make it hard, and you can squeeze till it hurts. So I can squeeze almost any muscle in my body until it cramps. Like if I want to, I can flex my bicep and just keep squeezing it until it cramps. So simply too deep. How's it going? I'll give you a shirt flex, Mr. Cuphead. This shirt is the best breathing shirt I have, but it's got to come off pretty soon because I'm starting to get hot. I just finished my military presses. Today I haven't been going 100%. I haven't fully recovered from my workouts this weekend, and I've got a big 2 or 3 days of work ahead of me where I'm gonna have to do physical labor. So as well as my SI joint's a little bit stuck right now. So as long as I don't fool around too much, I'll be completely better by next weekend. Porthos, like my Cuphead shirt. You can see my last. Oh, that's the wrong. I always get confused at what side is which because the camera is backwards. It's not a mirror. It's inverted for me. So this shirt has a story. The story was my best friend. When I first started getting into partner dancing, I got like him and we spent years worth of hours together playing Smash Brothers Melee without ever actually talking to each other. We were just side by side on a couch playing together for tens of thousands of hours. And I stopped playing Smash Brothers. He kept playing Smash Brothers, but I started partner dancing. I invited him to come join me. I'm like, Max, you gotta try this thing out. This is the best thing ever. So him and I started partner dancing at the same time, learning together, growing, and we both started off, and we both got really good in our communities. But the guy ended up getting an autoimmune disease that causes him arthritis, and so he had to stop playing Smash Brothers. He had to stop dancing. He had to basically stop being active because his joints hurt. And so I would go spend some time with him regularly, and he wanted to play Cuphead with me because he is very big on music, and he was very excited to play Cuphead because of the musical scores attributed to it, and he heard very good things about the music. So for a couple weeks, I went over to his place, and so maybe only like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. It was like once or twice a week I'd go there and we played Cuphead until we 100% beat the game. But he bought us matching shirts. So I got Cuphead, he got Mugman, and we're playing it. We're sitting there side by side matching shirts, playing this video game. And like the guy can't play lots of video games because of his arthritis, but he would save himself for like small bursts at a time. So the shirt has sentimental value too. Yeah. Oh, cremation 666. High on see, I love my protein diet. I think you might be the only person who's ever given me a clip. All right, so right now I'm gonna move on to my next exercise. I took off my overhead press, and I got my new weight rack, and I will dismantle my weights. The big thing I want to do today is I want to do lat pullovers. And I want to go pretty heavy on them too, but we'll see. Because the lat pullovers really stretch me out, and I'm really stiff in my lumbar region right now. I want it to stretch me out, hopefully loosen me up a little bit. Is that the same clip? I thought you had made a new one for something I just said, but fair enough. Oh. All right. So, a plan. I think I am going to set myself up for some bench, but I'm not going to do a ton of volume. I'll do 3 sets of bench, and no more, no less. And I'll start light. I'll start with 125 pounds, and then go to like 175 pounds, and then maybe 225, and call it a night. But yeah, I love me my protein diet. I've experimented with quite a few different diets over the years. I am a big fan of like doing your research, learning what you can, and then trying things out for yourself. And I would have my own body as a science experiment where what I would do is I would keep every factor in my training and in my diet the same. So I'd have a list of factors that I try to simplify it as much as possible. And these are my base factors. I would change one factor at a time, give it a week or two, give it a couple weeks, and see what type of results I got from making those changes. And one thing in particular I found is including lean, like drinking flax oil every morning. It's a really good quality of lean fat. I found it a lot easier to keep off that last little bit of pesky fat that doesn't want to go anywhere. All right, so let's see if this here. I want to check something really quick on the computer. Werewolf 109, how's it going? Trying to get this bench press working without too much hassle, except I got it backwards. But I think this will do. I'm a little bit too close to the wall. I want to make sure I'm centered, because the hardest part about what goes on with this thing here is the weight will rub against the side if I'm not completely straight, and it saps my energy and just throws me off, because I'll be like pushing and I'll be like, I'll be fighting against the weight. How are you doing tonight? I'm having a good night. Oh, a little bit sore. Ouch, stubbed my toe. I played some Stardew Valley last night. I got some good positive reactions from that. Had some people reach out to me privately, some with the intention to play with me. It's just wish there was more hours in the day. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes less can be more. Particularly if you're trying to break PRs, sometimes you just might be training too hard and you're just not fully recovering, so you can't lift more weight than you've ever lifted before without taking the time. And in that case, sometimes, and like really, like you should be training hard if you're trying to break PRs. But if you're already training hard and nothing seems to be working, one thing to try is just taking a break. I know some of the best lifts I've ever done have been after like a week off from the gym, and it's because I had a lot of shoulder fatigue that I didn't realize that just built up and had never gone away. All right. Safety first. Even though this is the baby weight. Well, it can, depending on how hard. Like it always depends, because to build bigger muscle, you need hypertrophy. You need a lot of it. Actually, okay, so you need hypertrophy, and then you need recovery, and then you need more hypertrophy, then you need more recovery, and you need a lot of that cycle, right? And if you're not recovering, you're just training too hard, or you're not taking enough rest. That's what it comes down to. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't train hard. But sometimes taking a little bit more rest can help break you past bottlenecks. It's situational dependent. But a lot of the strength training comes from the nervous system, as well as just recruiting more muscle fibers in the lift. Whereas bigger muscles doesn't necessarily correlate one-to-one with your nervous system and how much muscle fibers you're incorporating in the lift. So if you have bigger muscles, but you're only using 25% of your muscle capacity, you might be lifting the same as somebody who has much smaller muscle but is incorporating like 80%. All right. I hope I'm centered, or I'll be annoyed. I don't feel centered. I'm not even centering the camera. It's hot. I don't have the air on me. Oh, that was bad. I'm gonna change this fan. It'll blow right on me when I'm laying down. This is nothing. This is 125 pounds. My plan is not like I did a little bit. I went a little bit overboard with military presses right before this, and I wanna move on So I want to throw in more compound lifts. So I'm just going to do bench, but I'm going to rush through it. 125 pounds, then I'll do 175, then maybe 225, and I'll probably just end right there. So I'm going to add 50 pounds to the bar. I don't like lifting heavy on my setup because the setup is awkward for me. I'm wasting energy with making it work as opposed to I go to the gym and it's just easier. It's just like one proper rack that's the proper space size away. You get the right size weight. You throw it on. You add the clips. You go down and you go. This is it's just very my setup is just very distracting to me, as well as it's actually not spec for that higher capacity. All right. All right. This is better. I got some wind on me. Man, I gotta say though, the songs I've got on right now, there's been few and far between that I've actually enjoyed. Like right now, I just got some guy on piano going down, 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 down. Like, down, down. The Beast by Milk Buckner, digitally remastered in '95. Next song. I don't have a song that makes me want to dance. Now this is blues. Um, Different variations of tricep pull downs work great. You can get the machines where it locks you in and you come down, but for the most part, like you want to get good, like for triceps, you can try various exercises to make it harder on yourself. And to get bigger triceps, you're gonna have to train your triceps, and the exercises are very simple. Right? You get some triceps when you're pushing, and also from extension, and you can try to change the grip to try to hit it slightly differently. But ultimately, like use your standard tricep extension. When you're going to extension, what more matters is one, there's no difference on the tricep whether your hand is backwards or forwards. So like you see people that go backwards, and there is a reason to do this, and you can really like you can feel it right here on the tricep. But from a mechanics point of view, it doesn't matter on your tricep whether you go forward or back. But what you gotta be careful is when you're going forward, is that often what happens is you recruit more than just your tricep in the exercise. And you want hypertrophy in your tricep. You don't want to tax, like you don't want to use swinging, right? You don't want to, well, you can use swinging to a point, but that's not, you want to understand when to do it and don't want that to be your default. But there's certain things you can make it more difficult on yourself. Like you keep your elbows in, you can go with full range of motion. You can focus on the negatives. You can stop yourself about halfway and come down. Like you can you can go in thirds. So 1, 2, 3, as opposed to just like a solid extension, and then just make it fun. Switch it up. Enjoy yourself. But like a lot of tricep exercises touch the triceps, but there's more primary drivers of the movement that aren't the triceps, and when you hit hypertrophy, you might not be hitting full hypertrophy in your triceps as opposed to your chest or your shoulders. So tricep isolation exercises are important, in my opinion, if you want to build specifically bigger triceps. I like cables because you just take the weight and you just keep increasing it. Find a weight where you start to fail, and then just get as much volume in as you can. Next set, but I got a wedgie. Ugh. I'm not a garden implement. How's it going? It's been a while, but it's good to see you. How are you doing this fine night? I'm rushing through my bench press right now. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're able to catch me. Okay, this is cranberry cocktail. Your typical cranberry juice runs you like 120 to 150 to 200 calories per cup. This thing's 10 calories per cup. Tastes exactly like cranberry juice, and it's really, I find it helps ease off a little bit of hunger, as well as it keeps my mouth like excited to like. Sometimes you get sugar cravings. This thing will ease it off. The only downside is it's just like regular cranberry juice. It's a little bit thick and acidic. So I also have water to wash it down when I need to. But it gives me a little bit of a hit. I like it. One second. I think my sound might have been coming in. My last workout, I was at the most interesting part of my workout, and then I muted the audio. But no, I don't have an infection. I don't have anything like that. I just like cranberry juice. Reminds me of my great grandmother. I used to go visit her in the nursing home, and she would always have cranberry juice ready for me. But it's not real cranberry juice. Okay. I don't think I'm centered. I'm not. There we go. All right, next set. I caught the squat rack. You see this? Damn it. What happened was too far this way, so I lifted up my fully extended arms, couldn't get it off the rack. And now I'm not. Okay. Come on, you bugger. It's still too hot down here. I don't know what's down directly on me. I can feel it on my arm though as I lift. I can feel it on my right arm. Okay. See? That's annoying. I can't just focus on the weight and getting it and pushing. I gotta focus around playing around with this silly thing. Oh. Yeah, this thing here has artificial sugars. But it's actually got concentrated cranberry juice, citric acid, a whole bunch of other acids. But there's been some interesting studies that have come out recently with regards to artificial sugars, particularly artificial sugar drinks. And the old thought process is you remove the calories from your sugar drinks and you can drink more and you're not going to gain the weight because there's not the calories there to gain the weight, as well as it doesn't do to your blood sugar levels what the more traditional or like the more processed sugars will do. But that at the same time it would give you a sweet tooth and that you would seek out sweeter goods to satiate your palate. But they did a couple studies where they compared people who drank only water and people who drank at least a minimum amount of diet drinks a day. And what they found is that the people who drank the diet drinks were more successful on average than the people who drank only water. Obviously, water is better for you, even on a diet. What they found is that the people who drank only water still had a sweet tooth, but they would be more likely to substitute their sugary cravings for more unhealthy sugar alternatives. Whereas a large portion of like the average person's everyday sugar cravings were satiated through like diet pop or diet drinks. And they actually got more results than the people who didn't. But if somebody had like, but obviously if you have the willpower, it would be healthier to have just water, and you could get more top end results that way. All right, so I don't know if I want to add any more weight to this thing because I'm fiddling around with it while I'm trying to. All right, so I got 175 pounds on there. Maybe I'll just add on another 20 pounds, or maybe I'll make it even 200. So I'll add on 10, 10, 2.5, 2.5, get to 200, and then do one more set. Because the exercise that I want to do is I want to do my lat pullover, my lat dumbbell pullovers. All right. Oh, forgot I was going to put 2.5 pounds on each side just to round it out. Oops, that's not good. Oh. But yeah, drinks like iced tea, it's like they're just packed with calories. Really, you're drinking calories. Like look how many calories that they have a cup. If you're having like 150 plus calories a cup, like that, like you can easily down like 500 calories in a drink. and your body might process those calories a little bit differently, but it's still you're drinking calories. Yeah, my lumbar region is all tied up right now. I've been stretching every night, been on the foam roller. I didn't foam roll yet today. I should have foam rolled before my workout. I could have done it on stream, just like I did my regular warm up, but I was just focusing more on my shoulders. I didn't focus on my wrists at all. Give myself one more minute, do my next set. If I feel my lower back pinch in the middle of the set, I'm gonna give up the set and move on to the next exercise. Because what I'm feeling is the way the camera is, I'm almost hunching down to be in frame, and I shouldn't do that. Like I should maintain my frame, and because otherwise I put pressure on my lower back. Oh, it is if you can get into your shoulder or your chest, your shoulder, like you can, like for some exercises, the cross ball might be more fitting because on the cross ball you can get right in pin, like triceps in particular. You put the cross ball on a wall, and you can roll up and down, and you can get exactly where you want to get. Whereas the foam roller, it's more of a spread out surface, and so sometimes that's better like over a wider area. You can lay on it. You can lay on the lacrosse ball too, but sometimes the lacrosse ball is just too hard, too poignant. Whereas you can lay on the foam roller as well, but foam rolling, all the studies show foam rolling has positive benefits to like various aspects of fitness, particularly flexibility. Often, like people will stretch and they'll hit their plateaus and like why can't I improve even though I'm stretching every day? He's like, well, did you try foam rolling? And often that might be enough to get people over their last little hurdles. But it's also good for recovery too. Um, and I use it for my lats. I use it for my legs. And what you'll feel is you'll lay on it, you'll move on it, and it can be the most painful thing ever. But then all of a sudden, over like 3 seconds, you'll feel the muscle start to let go. And then you're rolling on it before, and every pass you made was just like blinding pain. But then suddenly it's like nothing. You're like, oh, this is normal. I'm just rolling on this thing. I don't really feel any tenderness or anything. All right, let's do my last set here. I'm gonna move it forward. My hands are a little bit narrow. I was worried about catching them on the bar. Fire. All right, enough of that. Depends, right? Like, I eat what I want. I enjoy what I eat. It's just right now I will focus mostly on, if I want a cheat meal, I will go for a lower calorie alternative. Like I can have my sweet foods, I can eat basically anything I want, but I've got lower calorie recipes for everything. I love my meats, I love my vegetables, I love my stir fries. I'll mix and match my foods. Um, every so often when like sometimes I just want the energy, so I might down a ton of calories in I make like this gumbo where it's just like I make a stew that will have like meat and vegetables, but I will take brown rice and I'll keep adding brown rice into it until it soaks up all the water and it becomes quite thick. And then I'll have my pot, which is my pot will be like this, and I'll just take a spoon, take my pot because it's just got off the stove, put it on a plate so I don't burn my surface, and I'll sit there in front of my computer eating something, munching right out of the pot. Um, but I don't have that every day. The one thing I typically will my cheat meals tend to be pastas actually. So I don't have pasta too often. I have brown rice because I'm easily able to proportion my rice with my vegetable and meat, and be able to continually have knowledge of actually how much I'm consuming. Whereas in the pasta, it's easier just to go down without as much like volumetric understanding of what I've actually consumed. But at the same time, if I want to go to Subway, I'll go to Subway. Um, I typically stay away from McDonald's, but I have no qualms eating at McDonald's. I will just be aware of um, maybe if I like one meal isn't going to break my diet, and I'll actually look at my body. So if over a couple of weeks I'm eating more and I'm eating more crap food, I'm binge eating. I'll look at my body, what are the changes that are happening, and I can always just cut back. It's if I gain 5 pounds, I don't care. If I gain 10 pounds, I don't care. If I gain 20 pounds in fat, I can burn it off. Like I know what to do. If I want, I can just do more cardio. If I want to eat whatever I want to eat, I can just do as much cardio as I want, or as is needed to counteract the effects of food. Right. So if I want to eat an extra 1,000 calories a day for a month, um, I can do that. It's just if I don't want to gain weight, I'd have to do probably like 2 hours of cardio a day. Not really. I I'm not a real fan of like fried. Like fried chicken's great and all, but it's not something I actually seek out. Like the grease doesn't make me feel good. Like greasy food doesn't make me feel good anymore. It's not even a cheap meal for me because it just doesn't make me feel good. I don't enjoy it. I used to enjoy my greasy foods a little bit more before I started working out. But like myself, I eat and I feel great. So like the last couple of days, like last 2 days for my supper, I've had um, like vegetables that I just stuck the vegetables in the oven. So tons of vegetables. I'm talking broccoli, peas, um, just tons of green vegetables. Stuck them in the oven, seasoned them. Accidentally seasoned them a little bit spicy, but they were really good. And I took chicken strips, so like actually like chicken breasts, cut them into strips, cut them even further so they're almost like chicken stir fry, and poured them in a pan, cooked them with peppers and sriracha, and put in banana peppers. So I took the banana peppers that you get when you're making your hamburgers or your hot dogs, and I just scooped a bunch of banana peppers into my when I was frying it. Took some juice, poured a little bit of juice in there, just not tons, just to give it a little bit of kick. Spread it all apart, and so my last several days have just been this really dry, like thoroughly cooked chicken stir fry. that has peppers in it and has some kick with some with like green vegetables on top of rice. And I eat that. I love it. It tastes good. Afterwards my mouth is a little bit tingly from all the spices, but they're a bit like there's basically 0 calories in the spices. Like it's five. It might be like a batch of 4 kilograms of chicken stir fry. I probably only have maybe like I don't know 50 calories at most in sauces. Anyways, let's get my weights off here. I think I'm not a garden in my own left, but thankful she was able to stop by. I'm always I always appreciate having other people give their opinions and viewpoints on things in my chat. Particularly, most of my chat tends to be young men, and when I'm asked advice, I'm giving my advice as a man, and it's nice to get a woman's opinion every once in a while. Yeah. So I don't think today is going to be. I don't think I'm going to do too much more today. I think I'm going to go straight to my lat pullovers, and I will end with those. Try not to drop my. Oh. This is a good grip exercise. Just grabbing 50-pound plates with your fingers. The ones I have, they don't have a lot. They don't have a nice, easy grip. You get the holes in them that you can grip. This one, you gotta grab the side and squeeze. Like there is a little lip, but it's only like that big. I remember moving these things, and I'd grab a 50-pound plate in each hand, run them down 2 flights of stairs, and by the time I get to the truck, I couldn't even carry them anymore. And 5 minutes later, I'd be at the new apartment, ready to move them, and I couldn't hold them for more than a second. I'd hold them for a second, and have to put them down. Once your grip is fatigued, that's it. Actually, I'll keep this here. All right. Looks like majority of people have left over time. Yeah, I don't know anybody that's on. I'm gonna be right back. In like 2 minutes. Be right back. I'm back. I got my phone. I'm gonna do my funnest exercise. Not sure if anyone's still here to watch it, but that's not gonna stop me. I think I'm gonna lower the volume on my music so you guys don't end up picking it up and it mutes the audio of my stream again. Well, I had some good conversations today. I got nothing to complain about. And what can I say? People gotta sleep. Ray, how's it going? I did. There's a sentimental story behind this T-shirt. So my best friend, him and I had picked up several pastimes together, and he caught an autoimmune disease which gave him arthritis, and he had to basically stop everything. And he couldn't even go on a computer or play video games much. But he really wanted to play Cuphead because he heard a lot of good things about its soundtrack, and he was excited to play it. So over a couple of weeks, I went over to his place once or twice a week, and he bought us matching T-shirts. I got Cuphead, he got Mugman, and we sat there in matching T-shirts, 100% completing Cuphead. Yeah, and this shirt here breathes better than any other shirt I own. So, and it's actually doing a good job of, I get hot, but the room itself doesn't get as hot when I'm trapping all my heat in. And so that's something there. Yeah, it's well made. It has challenges that you complete for those type of players. It has upgrades. It has really good co-op. It has glitches if you want to glitch the game and learn how to speed run it. It has pacifist runs. It has good music. It has some platforming. But in my case, maybe I'm just biased because I had the proper company to play it with, and everything's set up to maximize how much enjoyment I was going to get out of the game. All right, so I'm going to do my lat pullovers. It's a large, I think. Yeah, so this is a large. Oh. I actually realized I'm going to take the shirt off because I got the threaded ends on here. I don't want to damage my shirt with this dumbbell. Yeah, I'm going to leave it down here. Actually, no, I'm going to. What if I can get up like this? Whoa. Ooh, yeah. So sure it's coming off though. Glad you're able to appreciate it before that happened. I'd be really upset if I messed this shirt up. Oh, I'll try to change the angle on this thing. I think that'll do. But yeah, it's a feel good game. It can also make you swear and cuss occasionally. But it's a game where it's hard, but it's fair, and you will learn the patterns. And it doesn't matter how it might look impossible when you first play, but it's set up to train you how to beat each level. You learn the tricks and the tells, and let's try this. Oh, I'm hot. All right, next set is still lightweight. I'm going to ramp up after this set. I just want to figure out where to set the camera. So I got a 55-pound plate, a 55-pound dumbbell. I should have done this without the weight. All right, let's add 35 pounds and keep going. These aren't quite skull crushers. They are dumbbell lat pullovers. It's what you see people doing something similar when they grab the cable pull downs and go straight arm and pull down the straight arm, except I'm not focusing on the lower half of the exercise to get the lats. I'm focusing on this section. All right, so I'll be right back. And by that, I mean I'm just going to be out of frame for a second. Try not to. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up the weight really quickly. I'm either going to go up to a 105-pound dumbbell or a 115-pound dumbbell today. I want my lumbar region, like my SI joints, all locked up right now. I've been training a little too hard. putting too much pressure on myself, and I haven't just been recovering. So I wanted to open and stretch me up. Open, yeah, stretch me open, open me up. All right. Now I have to remember which way to grab this thing. I want to have this weight on the bottom, so I'll put this on my lap. Yeah, I want to pick it up this way. All right, I got it. So right now this is a 55 plus 35. So this is a 90-pound dumbbell. Oh. Make sure it's on tight. Oh, that felt good. Not too hard. Oh. Oh. I'm hot. I'm constantly complaining about being hot too. And when I sweat, this service makes my back itchy. So I'm going to take a rest, catch my breath again, do it again. So if I want to add more weight, normally I would take off the 35, add on a 50, and then I go from 90 to 105. But I can also see if I can add 2 10s to this side, and maybe that will be more beneficial. Oh. Maybe not back. I'll just sit here. Thumbnail time. Wow. If anyone joins now, they'll be catching the last little bit of my workout. So maybe I'll do 2 or 3 more sets. 2 for sure. It's just going to be a matter of whether I think I want to repeat this weight before I go up. Are you working out too, Porthos TV? You're down to your stretching? I'd consider stretching working out. But for some reason, I really consider my cardio as actually working out. But I think that's just a me thing. I think of cardio as just like cardio. Move your body. I shouldn't be on my knees. It's losing my feeling in my feet. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I haven't really put too much thought into it. I'm just thinking about it right now. It's like, yeah, by working out, what do I do? For working out, I lift weights, I stretch, I do yoga, and I mean, well, there's also cardio, I guess. But that's like, for the amount of cardio I do, like I definitely get more props. Like, oh yeah, I do this amount of cardio all the time, which I haven't done much cardio since June. My stationary bike is still broken, and without the ability to change through the resistance settings, it's frustrates me enough that I've been neglecting to do my regular biking routine. But I've still been going for regular walks. I've been playing badminton again. It's nice. I got one other person, and we get the whole badminton gym to ourselves. You got to book it, and it feels liberating being able to play again. All right, so next set. And once again, I don't remember which way to pick it up. Yeah, so I got a nice compliment this weekend. I got two compliments. One of the compliments was somebody told me that I looked like a real life Photoshop. I had a really nice pump, and I was doing the tricep extensions with the rope, and you can see all the striations in my shoulders. And actually, no, that was a different time. Like that was the same day, but it was actually during deadlifts that that they said it, where I was lifting heavy and you could see every muscle straining. All right, next set. Oh. Yeah, I want to add more weight after this. Oh. All right, let's add on 20 pounds. I'm going to try to do it by adding on two tens instead of switching a 35 for a 50. And what I'm hoping is that I still have enough threads on the end so I don't have to worry about losing the weight and dropping on my face. That's pretty tight. Not the best. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's, I got an idea. I'm gonna go even heavier. I'll do 110, take off the 35, put on a 50, and do 110 pound stuck. It always gets stuck. Once I lift this heavy, the threads get stuck and I can't get them off. All right. Get rid of this 35. I'll just lay this thing on the ground here. That's not a good idea because that's going to be coming. I'm going to be kicking that with my feet later. Ooh. I just knocked off a piece of plastic on my weight rack. Oh. Let's get this thing back in there. Cinnamon, oh, hold on, I can't remember. Cinnamon RS, did I say that right? How's it going? This is, I'm doing a set of 110 next. If I did my math right. So this one here I'll fail on. I'm hoping to get to 9 or 10 before I fail, but we'll see. It'll get to the point where once you start to fatigue, you got to be careful on your shoulders because you need strong shoulders. You start to buckle, you start to grind. Bad things happen to your joint. How's it going tonight? You caught me at the tail end of my workout. I'm getting bloody hot. I got a fan on me. I got 2 fans on me, but depending on where I move, they're not on me. As soon as I'm not going to hit with a fan, I'm heating up. Maybe a month ago, I got heat stroked mid-workout, and when I looked at the bod, you can see the exact moment where I got heat stroked, because suddenly I couldn't even remember what my forearms were called. Like my brain just shut down, and I turned into like a pile of goo. All right. I'm gonna give myself 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna throw in this. I'm gonna do this set here, make sure everything's all set up. And I'm not gonna drop it on my face. Yeah, I got some cranberry cocktail here. It's hitting my sweet tooth, 10 calories per cup, but it's a little bit thick. Wash it out with some water. Oh, I got a good song now. I want to do my workout midway through this song. This song will give me the energy I need to really gas myself out. All right, so I want to pick it up this way. Make sure the threads aren't going anywhere. Oh, this is heavy. I was really focused on the negative there. I can't do it. Okay. Oh. I wasn't counting. I don't even think I got 8. I think I might have got 7. I don't know. I probably would have done better if I took another minute. Once you start pushing yourself and really busting your gut. You might need a good 5 minutes sometimes to recover. And not like you can recover and you might, if you do less, you can still recover, but you might only get like 70%, 80% of what you could if you wait a little bit longer. So I'm gonna do one more set of those, but I'm gonna give myself time, relax. I went and I bought these. This is one of my newer toys. I was gonna use it for glute bridges, but I probably still, once I get to the heavier weights, want to put a towel around it. Ooh. That was fun. Now my U-box. And I'm gonna just change my camera because I don't want to be on the floor anymore. I'll just move it back when I'm ready for my next set. Oh. I don't have a very good vacuum anymore. I should focus on getting a good vacuum again. I'm starting to feel my workout brain. Hi there. Well, how do I pronounce this? KTX5. Now, one, I built a better body naturally than most people will ever do on steroids. Two, nobody's taking steroids. People take other crap that's legal. You can basically get shipped to your door, and it pretty much works the same. It's just the performance-enhancing drugs, they work. What you'll do is you'll be able to get like 4 years of effort in 1 year. And then once you've, and even after 4, 5, 6 years of hard training, you're going to cap naturally where the performance-enhancing drugs can take you to another level. But right now, I'm not even as muscular as I've ever been. Last October, I was 30 pounds heavier. Now I'm just focusing more on staying lean. Well, that's yours and a lot of other people's ignorance, unfortunately. But it's not easy. It takes consistency. And there's only 2 ways to tell if somebody's on steroids. The first is when somebody first starts taking them, they will go through such a massive growth period. And genetics plays a part in it as well. Some people react much better to them than others. But say you got everything right and you start training really hard while on some performance-enhancing drugs. Most people are taking SARMs, but like to take them effectively and not screw your body up, you've basically got to become a chemist. You got to understand the chemistry of what's going on. And I've only got a surface level knowledge on that. because it doesn't really interest me that much. And for me, I started working out to be healthy, and it doesn't matter what performance enhancing drugs you take, they work, but they're not healthy. And unless you're getting regular blood work done, you don't know how unhealthy they actually are. And like 30 years ago, people would go to the doctor and they would give you a clinical dose of steroids, which is comparable to what like now what people when people are getting like that they're going on like HGH, like where people like Joe Rogan are in their 50s training with the body of a 20-year-old because they're getting hormone replacement therapy. And for them, they are regularly going to the doctor. They're doing this under doctor's supervision for basically the rest of their life. And you can be a lot safer that way, but you're still like you get side effects you don't expect, like calcifying your tendons. You think you saw me at Planet Fitness? Yeah, believe it or not, I don't know much about either of those two compounds you brought up, and I've had the thought to really study PEDs, but every time I have the thought, it's always been in passing because I find it really easy to delve into something that I'm really invested in, but if I don't have the interest, it's like studying for school and it's just not as enjoyable. But yeah, Planet Fitness is right now. Planet Fitness is detrimental to society with the pandemic that we're in. Where, at least from my experience, because in theory, the government has put up these regulations that you have to meet, and Planet Fitness will meet the minimum. But if you're at like 25% capacity, you still need spacing. But what Planet Fitness does is they are situated so that all their good equipment is in one corner of their big building. They got a big building, great ventilation, but it's all in one spot where people are no longer social distancing. And oh yeah, I'd be afraid of like one of my biggest fears would be gyno. I think I killed my camo, but I know that if you get the chemistry if you get the chemistry wrong, you're almost guaranteed to get gyno. But like I don't want female breast tissue. All right, I'm gonna turn on this camera. Maybe this will fix it. But I'm gonna get ready for my last set here. I'm doing 110 pound, assuming I got the math right, dumbbell lat pullovers. I'll make sure I'm too low. Maybe I can push the camera back. Also, Judge Jay, how's it going? I got some very popular overdone song playing right now. It's one of those ones that Broken Hearted by Carmen. It's it'll make you move your body, but it's generic. And I was actually wearing a shirt for most of today's workout. Like for 90% of today's workout, I was wearing my very nostalgic, very breathable Cuphead shirt, but I don't want to damage it doing this exercise because I got to put the weight on my chest, I got to move it around, and I'd be upset if anything happened to that shirt because it means something to me. But I'm gonna do my next set. Oh, I'm wasting my energy. I should just roll it around. I'll put it down. Make sure the threads are on, nice and tight. You were the first viewer. Thanks for coming by. You've been around for two hours plus. What, 2 hours 20 minutes? I can't quite see from here, but all right. So I think I gotta move this way. Let's go. I gotta go this way. I feel like I'm full of cranberry juice. Oh, that was 8. Oh, I leave it too flat. Oh, I didn't leave enough gas in the tank to get the weight off me. That made my eyes water, guys. Huh. All right. My height, 5 foot 11 inches. My weight, 190 pounds. Oh, I weigh more than I look like I should. I do a fair amount of calisthenics every week. And I take a lot of pride that I can do exercises that are tailored for lighter men. Whew. Like 1-arm pull-ups. If I ever get affiliate, I'll add, well, if I ever, like I could become affiliate tomorrow, but if I ever set it up, I want to have point systems where I could do 1-arm pull-ups. I would like to do muscle-ups, but I don't have anything at home that can handle a muscle-up. I have a pull-up rack, but when you're doing a muscle-up, you're not coming straight up vertically, so the center of mass actually comes up and around and on top of the bar, and when you're coming up and around, my pull-up rack starts leaning over. Even when I put weights around the feet, it's a little bit sketchy. Plus, you want to hollow your body out so your feet come at an angle, and there's safety bars in between my rack that hit my feet on the way up, and it makes everything more difficult. Even on a 1-arm pull-up, especially on a 1-arm pull-up, you bring your feet in front of you, and as I'm pulling down, my feet hit the bar, and I got a downward pressure, so as I'm trying to pull, I'm lifting my weight, plus whatever the resistance is against my shin. Let me make sure I get cup and chat here. Sissy Life, how's it going? Sorry for not getting to your message right away. I was a little bit out of breath after that set. And I'm sweating. I don't have the fan on anymore. So I'm not cooling down like I should. Well, that's how are you doing tonight? Yeah, so you know a guy that turned into an unrecognizable blob. Yeah, there's some guys who I've seen a guy who basically become head to toe covered in like lesions all over his body, like not just zits, but like scarred like lesions are the best word I can think to describe it. Yeah, so I was mentioning there's two ways to tell if somebody is on PEDs. One is you look at their history, you look for supernatural periods of growth that can't be natural. The second one is when they first start taking something, they can, the big muscles will grow faster and can leave the smaller muscles behind. And so you can see a lot of disproportionate features that would be like one in like 100 million that actually occur naturally, because there's natural inhibitors in the body, like your tricep or your. I'm tired, man. My brain is shutting down. I'm turning into a noodle. Your forearms. There's a point where your biceps won't grow anymore if your forearms are lagging behind. But some PEDs can almost like override the system like that. RuneScape. I grew up playing RuneScape. I have a character. I haven't played RuneScape since I started working out. I used to play with my Japanese ex. I was dating this Japanese woman for 8 years, as well as I played back in RuneScape 1, back when I was in school. And I have a character that has 99 hit points and 98 every other skill in the game, up to and including dungeoneering. And I have another character that has, I was going to have 99 Slayer and 98 every other skill, but I never managed to finish it before I ended up leaving. And part of it is my ex went on my character and borrowed a bunch of stuff, and then with the intention of giving it back. But then when we sort of ended our relationship, I stopped playing RuneScape and I never bothered to get it back. And when you lose all your your rare items, like your party hats and your Halloween mask and everything, I just lost a lot of motivation to go back into it. I still have a Santa hat, as well as the regular best equipment in the game. But the Santa hat is actually bound to my account, because right before I quit, they actually added skins where you could buy an item with points that you spend real money on. Well, you can do it health, yeah, quotation marks. I would say healthy or as healthy as possible, because your liver does take a beating. As well as there's a certain point where your heart struggles. It taxes your heart to maintain a certain amount of muscle mass. And I'm a blob again. Banda, how are you doing? You caught me at the end of my workout. I'm basically done working out. And I don't even know what that's in reference to. But glad you could drop by. And I will try to fix my camera while I'm messing with my lighting. I got a nice blues song. Oh. Yeah, Banda, you beat me to it. Banda's the boss. What he says goes. He's got the hammer, and he's used it before. Yeah. And I suppose I trust Banda not to abuse that power but I like him more than like I would give him some freebies simply because I like the guy. Just don't make me regret it. My camera is buzzing out. Did you catch my last set there? I went, maybe I'll do one more for you guys. I'll do one more set of my 110-pound dumbbell lat pullovers. I think I've had enough of a rest. Well, realistically, my stream's over. Oh. I actually missed what went on there. I'm going to assume, I'm going to assume Vanda knows what he's doing. See, Vanda's got my back. Actually, there was one guy who tried to do that who I couldn't help but laugh. It was hilarious. He asked me to say something like, "How many sets of this do you do?" And the natural response is like what are you talking about? I don't know, like or get somebody to brag about how many sets of this thing that they don't even know what it is. But when you said it out, it was hilarious. It was very demeaning, but I had to laugh. It was good. It wasn't obvious or. I just knew to not trust the guy. I sort of said it out loud in my head, and I'm like, okay, no, that was a good one. All right, last set. This one's for you, Banda. Oh, my camera's working. 110-pound dumbbell. Gonna save my breath. Oh. This isn't gonna be a good set. Already tired after 3. Oh, can't do it. Oh. That's probably some interesting sounds I made there. Oh. I tried. Oh. That thing makes me sweat out of my eyes. I don't know if it's sweat or tears. I'm not bleeding, so I can't say I've given you guys blood, sweat, and tears this workout. And I'm not enough of a masochist to go about that. Oh. I'll give you guys some, I'll pose. I like posing at the end of my workout because then I can go look between videos. I know where to find it. I don't have to look through 2.5 hours, 3 hours of workouts. So I'm gonna underrate this guy. He's a fitness streamer as well. He's good people. How do I even flex my? All right. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. Glad you're able to enjoy this night with me. I'm gonna be very busy for the rest of the week. I'm gonna go do a mixture of business and manual labor out of town for the next couple of days. It's gonna be tough work. I gotta save my back. Maybe I'll do a stream this weekend, but hopefully this weekend I'll be back to lifting my heavy weights. Have a good night, everybody. And I guys got an adware update. Bye.